Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Moon, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 anime husbandos. So I'm really happy to be back from the holidays, and as you can see here, I've gotten a new camera, so it might look a little bit better than usual. So before we start off, I just wanted to let you guys know that right now I'm working on the final parts for the Seduce Me 2 series, so we'll finally be done with that, and then after that, I have some projects to work on for this channel after that, so you guys will be seeing some new content after we finish with that series. So thank you so much for being patient with me as I spend so many moons on this one game. It was probably my fault for thinking that I could do all of the routes at once. Anyway, let's get on to the husbandos. Also, if you can see up there, Maxine, or as some of you remember as Noodalina, got me a nice free poster. It's very nice to look at. Oh, come on. This is on a tripod, so it's a little hard. Isn't that nice? Anyway, yeah, let's get back to the main point. So my first husbando is Ichinose Tokiya from Uta no Prince Sama. This one is a reverse harem about a girl with green eyes who goes to a music school to become a composer for her favorite idol. This music school is a famous one that only takes composers and people training to be pop idols. I'm not sure what's deemed spoilers, so we'll keep this pretty vague. This harem covers the basic types of boys that they usually have in every harem, but each character is still interesting in a unique way. So I find this anime / harem a lot more interesting than other ones. I'm sorry, Frey. Ichinose Tokiya is an overworker with an alter ego, and once he gets past his initial angst, he's very caring and thoughtful, and he's pretty hot. I noticed that my type in harems tend to be like the really masculine stoic type, so I would say he fits that archetype, except he is a little bit nicer once he gets past the whole mean don't talk to me stage. I would say Itoki is the red-haired one, is a close second because he's that really sweet, thoughtful best friend type, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I consider all of them mine, so it doesn't really matter in the end, I guess. So my second husbando is Shaoran from Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles is an anime about the main character, Shaoran, who travels interdimensionally to collect his best friend's memories. Her name is Sakura, and of course he's in love with her, and one of the reasons he does this is not only to save her, but also because she has no recollection of him as her childhood best friend ever since this happened. This was one of my first animes when I was little, so he was like, you could say, my first love, my first husbando. Especially because he was like a teenager / tween, and of course at my younger age that was my appeal group. At this point in time, because anime characters don't age, I would say I feel a little bit like a pedo, so I'm just very fond of him now. But yes, who would not like a boy who travels through the dimensions just to collect your memories and constantly save you? Like, I'm all for that whole heroine thing, but still, that really captures my heart. Okay, so my third husbando is a little bit controversial. I will call him post-angst Uchiha Sasuke. Alright, for those of you who have watched Naruto, we all know that there's always been very bittersweet feelings about this character just because he's so angsty and like he gets really irritating at times with the series, especially because Naruto is like sitting here doing all of this stuff to get him back, and every single time he's just like, screw you. Then, you know, Sakura is constantly just like, Sasuke, come back. But I call it post-angst Uchiha Sasuke because after he rekindles with Naruto and he's much more mature and he doesn't get angsty about everything anymore, he actually becomes pretty appealing. Not to mention, I really like his look in Boruto for some reason, you know. I guess I'm just biased because of the costume change, but I'll put him in there no matter what anyone says. So my fourth one is something that a lot of us can relate to, freaking Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon, okay? So Sailor Moon is an anime about a 14-year-old girl who looks like she's 25 constantly fighting evil and saving the planet with her magical girl guardians, who are called Sailor Guardians, by her side. It's like the ultimate, I have this cool best friend group who dotes on me at every second fantasy. Her boyfriend, who, I will say this little detail is a bit much, he's college age, but she's like 14 in the series. That's a little pushing it, but anyway, we're not here to talk about that. So Tuxedo Mask is her boyfriend, and he is exactly what he sounds like. He's a guy who runs around in tuxedos and sometimes a mask and a top hat, and he basically supports Sailor Moon. And I will say he doesn't have the most unique personality, but if you're growing up as a little girl and you see a guy running around in just tuxedos all the time, how are you not supposed to fall in love with that? Like, he's just a trap. He's a girl crush trap, honestly, and I'm completely fine to fall into it. I love Tuxedo Mask, and I think I always will. So my last husbando is a character from a recent anime called Orange. Orange is about a high school girl who receives letters in the future informing her of her high school sweetheart's impending suicide. And she spends the series trying to prevent this through the guidance of her letters from her future self. I cannot say too much about this series without spoiling it yet again. I recommend you watch it if you haven't already. Much tears will be had, but it ends well. So the one I'm talking about is not actually her high school sweetheart, Sakura. I have mixed feelings about him, but it's the character Suwa. He has orange hair, and he kind of reminds me of the character from Bleach, but he is kind of very different in terms of personality. So take your idea of the ultimate best friend bro, second main character in the animes, where they always do much more than the main character, but they don't get enough credit. Suwa is like 10,000 times this. He is the ultimate bro, the most caring person there is, and around the end, he sacrifices things for the happiness of the main character and his buddy Sakura, and you just feel so hard for him more in this, like in the series. And the movie Orange, which premiered this past November but still isn't available anywhere I can find in the US, actually focuses around the events of the story through Suwa's eyes and what happens after his sacrifice. So I'm excited for that. I'm sure those of you who have watched Orange are excited for that too. So those were my top 5 anime husbandos. Obviously, I have husbandos from every platform. Yeah, I'd be interested to hear what you think about my husbandos or what your husbandos are. You know, we're all here for the love of husbandos. Okay. If you like this, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate you. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Let's be honest here. The ultimate husbando is Ako-san.